I stand here at the threshold of my own demise, staring into the cold eyes of the grim reaper himself. He leers back at me with that twisted smirk he always seems to have, his bony hand gripping the handle of the scythe that would soon take my life away from me. But for now, we merely exchange glances like two old friends who know each other all too well. "Why?" I ask him, voice trembling slightly. "Why did you have to come for me so early?" There was still so much left for me to experience. The Reaper shrugs his shoulders as if unconcerned with my question. "It is beyond our control," he says simply. "All things must eventually die, including those whose time has been deemed up by fate itself." I frown at him, trying to make sense of these cryptic words. "Fate?" I repeat. "Is that what brought us together, then? Is there truly no escape from your grasp?" He chuckles softly, sounding more like a low growl than any kind of human laughter. "Escape? From death himself. You might as well try to run from the tides themselves. All mortals are destined to fall under my gaze eventually. You are just one among many. Little mortal." His words send a chill down my spine, making me feel small and insignificant in the face of such a powerful entity. And yet, something inside me refuses to accept defeat so easily. "Then why don't you take me now?" I challenge him. "If my fate is sealed already, why wait around here with me?" That wicked grin grows wider on his skull face. "Ah, but where's the fun in that? Watching you squirm and fear the worst is part of the enjoyment for someone like myself. Plus, think of how heartbroken those closest to you will be once they discover that their loved one is gone forever. Misery loves company, after all." My blood runs cold at his words, and I realize that he speaks nothing less than the truth. The thought of leaving behind those dearest to me fills me with dread, knowing full well the pain and suffering I am going to cause them. And yet, resistance seems futile against his ominous presence brings out new terrors within the household, ones that even I never could have imagined possible. Accidents happen with alarming frequency, be it tripping over invisible obstacles or falling from heights that should otherwise have been safe. Illnesses spread like wildfire, striking seemingly random targets and carrying off more victims to add to the Grim Reaper's growing collection. And still, through it all, death stalks ever closer, lurking in the darkness and taking hold whenever he sees fit. At times it feels like some malevolent force is guiding us towards calamity, leading us deeper into despair and madness. Other days see us lulled into complacency by brief respites from the chaos, moments where the specter recedes and hope starts to bloom again, only for everything to go wrong all over again shortly thereafter. Somehow, we manage to cling onto a fragile existence, despite death knocking at the door constantly. It's hard to say whether this determination comes from pure stubbornness or perhaps desperation, but whatever drives us forward allows us to keep pushing back against the Reaper's dark influence. Every day is another struggle to maintain the balance of power against this immortal foe. A constant battle fought without end until we give in completely and allow ourselves to be taken or until the specter simply loses interest in tormenting us further and moves on to harass others instead. Who knows anymore? Time blurs together in a haze of agonizing uncertainty, both exhilarating and terrifying in equal measure. Each dawn rises to bring new possibilities, fresh opportunities to turn the tables on the sinister presence lurking just beyond our front porch. As night falls again, however, we hear whispers of the reaper's return echoing across the land, reminding us that this strange equilibrium cannot last forever. No matter how strong we may become, no matter how clever or cunning we get, the Grim Reaper remains implacably opposed to anything but our eventual surrender. His purpose, after all, lies in the extinguishment of life, and it is a purpose he fulfills with unwavering dedication. But there is something else, something that gnaws at the edges of my consciousness. It's a flicker of a memory, a distant echo of a forgotten tale. I cannot quite grasp it, but it tugs at me, urging me to remember. I delve deeper into the recesses of my mind, desperate to unravel the mystery that lingers in the shadows. Days turn into weeks, and weeks into months, as the cycle of life and death continues its relentless dance. The Reaper's presence grows more palpable with each passing moment, the air thick with impending doom. Yet, amidst the fear and despair, a glimmer of defiance ignites within me. I embark on a quest to uncover the truth, to understand the enigma that binds me to this fate. I scour ancient tomes, seeking forbidden knowledge that may hold the key to my salvation. In the dim light of candlelit libraries, I uncover fragments of forgotten lore, whispered tales of souls who dared to challenge death. Armed with this newfound knowledge, I confront the Reaper once more, my heart pounding in my chest. There is a way to break this cycle, I declare, my voice steady despite the trembling in my limbs. There are tales of those who have escaped your clutches. I refuse to be another pawn in your eternal game. The Reaper's hollow sockets fixate on me, his expression devoid of emotion. You dare challenge the natural order? He hisses, the sound echoing through the empty room. Do you truly believe you can escape the inevitable? I stand tall, my resolve unwavering. I believe in the power of choice, I reply. In the capacity of the human spirit to defy even the most insurmountable odds. I will not be bound by your chains, death. I choose life. Silence stretches between us, the weight of our confrontation hanging in the air. The Reaper's scythe glints ominously, but there is a hesitation in his posture. In that moment, I understand that even the Grim Reaper is not invincible, that he too is subject to the laws of existence. With every ounce of strength I possess, I forge forward, my path illuminated by a newfound determination. I gather allies along the way, individuals who have tasted the bitterness of death's touch and refuse to accept it as their fate. Together, we weave a tapestry of resistance, each thread representing a flicker of hope in the face of despair. We uncover forgotten rituals and arcane rites, piecing together fragments of forgotten knowledge. We invoke ancient powers, calling upon the forces that lie beyond mortal comprehension. And as we stand united against the Reaper, a surge of energy courses through our veins, a spark of defiance that could alter the very fabric of our existence. In a final confrontation, we face death head. On our hearts beat as one, our collective will pulsating with an otherworldly power. The Reaper's scythe slices through the air, but we evade its deadly arc with agility born of desperation. Our attacks strike true, driving the spectre back, weakening the very essence of his being. As the battle rages on, the veil between life and death grows thin, blurring the boundaries of reality. And in this moment of vulnerability, we seize the opportunity. With a surge of primal energy, we unleash a cataclysmic force that rends the Reaper's grip on our lives. The Grim Reaper recoils, his skeletal form dissolving into shadows. "This is not over," he hisses, his voice a mere whisper in the wind. "I will return." But we stand undeterred, knowing that we have tasted victory against the unyielding forces of fate. We have defied death itself, if only for a fleeting moment. And though the battle may continue, we are no longer passive victims. We have become warriors in the war against the inevitable, champions of life in the face of its darkest adversary. As the world slowly recovers from the horrors that befell us, we forge a new path, one that embraces the fragility of existence and the resilience of the human spirit. We cherish each breath, knowing that it is a gift, a defiance against the encroaching darkness. And in the depths of our souls, we carry the memory of that fateful encounter. A reminder that even in the face of our own demise, we possess the strength to choose life. The story of our battle against the Grim Reaper becomes a legend, whispered in hushed tones, inspiring others to confront their fears and embrace the fleeting beauty of their own mortality. For just $3 a month, you can have your name featured in my YouTube videos and descriptions. Not only will you be supporting my channel, but you'll also be immortalized in the credits of my content. If you're looking for something a bit more personalized, consider becoming a $25 a month patron. I'll voice your stories and bring them to life on my channel. Create a special drawing just for you, or even write a unique story tailored to your interests. So don't hesitate. Join my Patreon community today and help me keep the spooky stories coming. And remember, together we can save each other from the YouTube algorithm. Thank you for your support.